The Arena, a multi-platform gaming news podcast, is brought to you by, well, of course, you. If you want to learn more about how you can support the show, go to patreon.com/thearena_podcast.
Hit it! That's what I'm talking about. Wait!
Okay, now, from the beginning.
Hit it, boys.
Hello, everyone, and welcome into The Arena, a multi-platform gaming news podcast. This is episode 78. I'm your host, Expat, along with my co-host, Burly of Burlyman Gaming on Twitch. Burly, how you doing, man?
I'm doing good, I actually got one of those mythical things called sleep. I slept for over 8 hours. Mythical and legendary things, a good night's sleep.
Okay. Yeah.
It's a rare thing right now because of this whole time change.
Okay. So maybe like later on you'll get a platinum trophy or something for that, right?
Well, if I get a platinum, that would put me up to 105 platinums.
Nice.
I have a problem.
Yeah. So because I know you were having some difficulties sleeping this past week, so because of the time change and all that. So we're back to daylight savings time again. Yeah. So, and of course, this week here in Japan, we had a pretty big earthquake, but we were pretty lucky. We didn't have any damage or anything like that, but it was here where I am, it was like a level 5, like a magnitude 5, whereas in Fukushima, it was like level 7. So, Fukushima again. So, but luckily no damage or anything. And there was a tsunami warning in Fukushima, but, the tsunami didn't come, so those, that area and the people were lucky there. So that's good news. So
glad to hear.
Yeah. So in this episode of The Arena, a multi-platform gaming news podcast, we're going to be talking about the ID at Xbox event. We're going to just talk about the games we like the most out of that. The Quarry from Supermassive Games, of course, the makers of Until Dawn. We're going to talk about that. We're going to show the trailer again. We're going to talk about that. And we're going to do like our little rapid fire, kind of like our speed run of some of the other news stories that came out this past week. We're going to talk about those, as well as, of course, Hogwarts Legacy. We're going to show the trailer, and we're going to go through the details of Hogwarts Legacy. That's going to be coming holiday season. So we're going to be talking about that. So first up, of course, we're going to be talking about the games that we've been playing this past week. But before we do that, here's a brief word about where you can find the podcast.
Before the crew discuss what they've been playing, this episode of The Arena, a multi-platform gaming news podcast, and the post-show, in audio and video formats, will be going to Patreon in early access for one day after recording. So if you would like to support the show and become a patron at the entry Tier 1 level at $1 per month and get early access to every episode and post-show in audio and video formats, as well as watch or listen ad-free, please visit patreon.com/thearena_podcast for further details. Weekly on Sundays, the podcast will be uploaded to all free podcast services. Weekly on Wednesdays for the post-show, where you can find us on any podcast app for iOS or Android, Spotify, Amazon Music, and in video format on our YouTube channel, The Arena Productions. For the audio version, just download your favorite podcast app or open Spotify and search for The Arena, a multi-platform gaming news podcast. Subscribe, follow us, post a review, and leave us questions, comments, and feedback if you like, if that feature is available there, and spread the word about the podcast. We also have a Discord called The Arena Podcast, where you can join and chat with the Arena Podcast community, and the podcast website is at thearenapodcast.podbean.com, where you can follow us and leave questions and comments as well. Finally, you can also follow us on Twitter at The Arena AMPGNP, as well as on Instagram at The Arena_podcast. Now, back to the show.
Okay, Burly. This past week, man, I got into Guardians of the Galaxy. I'm playing it on Game Pass, and I'm really having fun with it. I finished the first 2 chapters, and I just love the banter between Star-Lord and Rocket and Groot. Yeah,
Oh yeah.
especially in the first chapter there, it was amazing. I'm loving it all. I love the music in it. Brings me, memories of my high school days and everything. So yeah, I'm really enjoying it so far, and the story's pretty good so far as well. So, and I
Oh,
love the
just you
gameplay.
wait.
Yeah, I love the gameplay. I love the mechanics of it all. The jumping and things like that with the of course the jetpack boots.
Mhm.
So that's really fun. It's too bad though that you can't play as any of the other characters. I know you were talking about that before. I mean, you can only play as Star-Lord. But yeah, I mean, I'm really enjoying it. So good stuff. And I'll probably be continuing to play that more this next week. So what about you? What have you been playing this past week, Burley?
I've been playing a few things. I end up finishing up Life is Strange: True Colors.
Okay.
Really enjoyed that ending, and there's a
Hmm.
lot of great little story moments.
Right.
Honestly, my favorite chapter in the game is the LARP session. And
Oh, okay.
yes, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. When you play that section,
Hmm.
you will get a lot of laughs, and it's just a great and fun time with how they did it
Hmm.
and incorporated in that style of game.
Cool.
And I
Cool.
highly recommend, if you're anyone that likes a really good story,
Hmm.
do not sleep on this game. I believe it's on sale on PSN right now for half the cost. So
Nice.
pick it up.
No.
But stream wise, I've been streaming the original Final Fantasy,
Ooh.
and it
Okay.
has been nice to go back to. Um,
Mm. Mm.
it's it's just been a fun time going through. I forgot how easy, if you sit and battle a couple monsters,
Hmm.
how overpowered you can get, because I made
Yeah.
a clip on one of my Twitch streams where I got to a boss, I one turned the boss. It's always a nice feeling,
Mhm.
instead of, having 4 or 5
Right.
turns on this boss. It's a weak boss, to be
Right.
fair, but
Hmm.
it's like my party is, I think where I'm at right now, level wise, I'm like, I can fight the next couple of bosses without fighting any random encounters.
Cool. Cool. All right. All right. So, yeah, and are you still playing Horizon Forbidden West? Any of the side quests or anything like that? I'm probably going to
Uh,
do some of that as well this coming week. So,
I'm hoping to put some in this week. I was
okay.
just kind of, the time I normally would have put in Horizon, I was like, I kind of want to finish and get through Life is Strange.
Yeah.
So I'll probably go
Yeah.
back to Horizon this week. I
Yeah.
still got to record some footage left for our extra take.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to doing that extra take. So,
Yeah.
to hear what you have to say, as well as our special guests that we're going to be having with
Mhm.
us for that. So, we will,
Yes.
of course, fill you in on that later on. So, yeah, I'm excited for that. So, all right, Burley. So it's time to jump into the weekly news beat. And of course, we had earlier in the week our ID at Xbox Indie Showcase live stream. And so we gave some of our reactions and we discussed a lot of the games. And I'll give the link here for all of you that want to, that are watching in video version, of course. You can check out the link here for all of the information of all the games that were announced at ID at Xbox. So you can go to that link and check it out. So over at IGN actually, so you can check out the all of the games that were introduced. So we're not going to go through every single game here, but we're going to talk about our favorite showings from the ID at Xbox live stream showcase. But before we get into the games that we like the most, Burley, what did you think of this showcase overall? What were your general reactions to it? I thought, they showed some pretty cool indie titles and some games that are going to be coming to Game Pass day one, which I was, really happy with. How did you feel?
I like this. I think this was a good indie event.
Hmm.
This was way better than the state of play we got. There
Okay.
were
Yeah.
more, like, I don't mean to be mean, but this had a good variety and it flowed well. There's titles in here that I'm like, okay, I'm gonna check this out. There's this. Reshowing Trek to Yumi, but letting us know, hey, it's on Game Pass. So it's
Right.
like,
Right.
ch-ch-
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, so I'm gonna show the video. So for all of you video viewers, you're gonna be able to see. We're gonna show the games that we like, but we will, for the audio listeners, we will give descriptions of the games that we like the most from ID at Xbox. So I'll go ahead and start. And my first one, as I go ahead and play this here, let me go ahead and get this going here. So,
ooh, which one is it going to be? Which one is it going to be?
Yeah. So let me go ahead and drop that down here. So the game that I liked the most was a Flintlock. So the Siege of Dawn. So from the studio behind 2018's Ashen. I don't know if you've ever played Ashen, Burly, but that was a pretty cool indie title as well. So
I have not. I heard good things about Ashen.
Yeah. So comes a new open world action RPG. You'll play as a pistol wielding woman named Nor and her fox-like companion Enki on a journey of, quote, vengeance, gunpowder, and magic in humanity's last stand, end quote. So we did not get a release date on this. It's coming out sometime in 2022. But the good news for this, though, it's coming to Game Pass day one. So if you're into open world action RPGs, I mean, this is a treat that you'll be able to download and play on Game Pass. And it's going to be on Xbox Series X, Series S, and on Xbox One. So, yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. So that is my game. So we're taking a look here for all of you audio listeners. We're watching the video here of Flintlock here. So,
yes.
Yeah, Flintlock, The Siege of Dawn is what it's called.
Yeah, this is a game I'm looking forward to seeing more of. Unfortunately, we didn't get really gameplay. You just got CGI. Just CG.
Yeah.
But the CGI looks really, really good.
Yeah.
So hopefully in the coming months we see some more.
Yeah. Okay, Burly. So for you, what was your favorite game of the ID at Xbox event?
Well, mine was in a little interesting one.
Uh-huh.
I chose WrestleQuest.
Okay. Yeah.
So, because I know I'll just okay. You got the video up?
Yeah, I got the video up. So go ahead and describe it for us, Burly. What is this game here?
Tag team with destiny, pro wrestling and RPG fantasy collide in the ultimate pixel-powered adventure. Macho Man Randy Savage and tons of other icons offer guidance as you powerbomb your way to glory beyond the ring. The hero's journey ain't just an epic quest; it's a wrestle quest.
Yeah.
So yeah, as they said, you got Randy Macho Man Savage, you got a bunch of other like Jake the Snake Roberts. I think Hulk Hogan is shown near the end of the trailer. You get quite a few people in this.
Yeah, looks pretty cool. Yeah.
So you got turn-based RPG, mechanics and wrestling. What more could you want? And I love the art style on this.
Yeah. Like some of these characters are like face down. There you go. There was Hulk Hogan there.
Hulk Hogan.
Yeah, good old Hulk Hogan. Yeah, so Andre the Giant is in there as well. So,
you got quite a thing, but they're doing. It's not just I select my attack, I select my target, and I win. No, you've got the timed hits and stuff from like Mario RPG and all like the Mario and Luigi games.
Yeah,
they're bringing that into with your attack, so I'm guessing you can do even more damage if you time things right and all that.
Yeah,
and maybe get some extra effects.
Cool.
So that is nice to see.
Yeah, it's good stuff. Yeah, so those were our favorite titles that are going to be coming later on from the ID at Xbox. So, yeah, they'll be coming soon. So, yeah, like I said, you can go to the link that we showed you earlier to see all of those games that are going to be coming. Yeah, a lot of indie titles that they showed off. So, it's good stuff.
The one they did show that we knew of ahead of time, Tunic, is out. I played 20 minutes to a half hour, so I didn't really want to say too much. But if you're like a Legend of Zelda kind of fan, try it out. It on my Series S, it ran great. It looked beautiful on my TV.
Yeah.
It's something I want to sit and put more time into.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. So, okay. So up next, we're going to talk about The Quarry. So, of course, Supermassive Games is coming out with another teen horror title. So it's arriving on June 10th. So yeah, it's called The Quarry. Yeah, this one really reminded me, Burley, of Until Dawn. I mean, of course, you have different seasons. So The Quarry is going to be like a summer, kind of like a summer camp type of situation. Kind of reminds me of like the Friday the 13th films, so especially the original film. But yeah, so they're coming out with that. And let me go ahead for all of you video listeners here, or viewers, I'm going to go ahead and show you the video for that here in just a second. So yeah, Burley, what did you think of this one?
Oh, this game looks cool. This is definitely a game I want to stream, because I can just see the fun moments, the Twitch clips, and like for any major choice, I will pause the game and be like, "All right, create the poll. You guys vote." So we pick. My chat can pick the pick the way they want things to go.
Yeah. So let me read a little bit of the description for you. The Quarry is a new horror game from Supermassive Games, developer of 2015's Until Dawn, set to be released in June. So this is from cnet.com. So players will take on the role of 9 camp counselors at the Hackett's Quarry summer camp. On the final night of the camp, the teens throw a party, and that's when the horror starts. Starring in the Quarry is an ensemble of Hollywood stars, including David Arquette, Ariel Winter, Justice Smith, Brenda Sung, Lynn Shane, and Lance Hendrickson. Oh, good old Bishop. Yes, Lance Hendrickson.
Yes.
Yes. As in Supermassive's Until Dawn, players will have to make a series of choices as they play. Every choice, big or small, matters, since a wrong decision could mean the end for a character. Players can also invite friends via online play to watch events unfold and vote on what choices to make. The Quarry will be available on PC, PS4, PS5, Xbox One, and Xbox Series X and S consoles on June 10th for $60. So what do you think of that, Burley? $60 for this game.
Yeah, and like I saw some people reacting to the $60 price. It's like, you know what? You're gonna want to play this multiple times to see the different outcomes and stuff. So that doesn't bother me, the $60 price tag, because I can tell these games have a lot of replay value, and it'll be interesting to see, like, can I just get it so David Arquette survives? Can I get it that these people survive? Can I get it that they all survive or they all die?
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
Yeah,
play and retrace my steps. Lance needs to survive no matter what.
Yeah. Yeah, so there it is, June 10th, 2022. So yeah, perfect summertime game to play. Another summer horror game. So yeah, good stuff. Yeah, and I was saying this during the morning show as well. I'm the type of person who, a lot of the time I want to play the first playthrough as how I would think as expat, as myself, right? And what things I would do, morally. But then the second time around, I just want to go all out and try to get everybody killed. Just to see what it's like, I mean, and these type of games have lots of replay value to them, so I know a lot of gamers that they play these types of games maybe 4 or 5 times to see the multiple outcomes of this game, especially the Dark Pictures anthology series that these types of games from Supermassive are based on. So yeah, good stuff. Yeah. All right. So next up, we're going to start what we call the rapid fire, kind of our kind of a speed run of some of the other news stories that happened during the week before we get into our main story this week. So first up, we had the South by Southwest Game Award winners. Of course, Final Fantasy 14 was was named the winner of the game of the year. So Endwalker.
Where you and I were both kind of being like, what?
Yeah.
Like I'm glad it's not Resident Evil 8, but like, huh? This game, like, I think by the time Endwalker came out, and then Endwalker went off sale within a month of it coming out, you couldn't buy it. So it was like these people, the people that made this are like all the people that got it day one or were gifted copies, allowing you to play and able to get on a good server and still sign in.
Right. But the cool thing about this was Cana Bridge of Spirits actually won Indie Game of the Year, and I was really happy with that. I think out of all of the awards that were presented, I was the most satisfied with that one, with Cana getting Indie Game of the Year. So but I was a little surprised at this though, that Endwalker got Game of the Year. I still thought It Takes Two, that pretty much swept all of the Game of the Year awards this past year. I thought it would win it as well, but it didn't. So
I would have been nice to see Ratchet win.
Yeah, Ratchet and Clank, but they did win some of the technical awards though. So
that I'm happy. If any other game would have won that, I would have been maybe then It Takes Two, but like Ratchet and Clank technically because it did so much with the controller, not to mention using that SSD and everything of the PS5 so well, whereas other games have not done that.
Right. All right. So next up, of course, we had the story of Perfect Dark. So the studio woes, at the initiative. So what did you feel about this, Burly? Yeah, it's like half of the staff is basically gone now. So they're having some problems over there with the development as well as where they want to take this game and what direction it's going to go in. So what did you think of this story this week?
Yeah, this game's in major trouble. They like Microsoft is now going to have to I think Microsoft's going to have to step in. They're going to have to, whether like what studios, and because now they have all these studios and shit, I think they're waiting for, they'll probably step in once they have the Activision deal goes through.
Yeah.
And because they have a lot of power there and be like, okay, you guys are putting effort in here. Like this game now, I had some excitement for it.
Mm-hmm.
It is peter off to down because we know this game ain't coming out till I think the earliest I could see is like 2026.
Yeah, they're saying that about Fable as well. Fable 4, the next Fable game. It's probably a long ways off. And they were actually speculating that those in the media as well, that this game, Perfect Dark, might not come out on current gen consoles. It might come out on the next generation consoles, like a launch title or something like that. But it's that far off. So,
well, it makes sense with how this game is right now. It is
right
when over half your thing, the game director itself is gone.
Right.
Yeah, they need to start assessing because they could by the sounds of what we got, because we can only go off what we got. They couldn't nail down what they wanted to do with this game.
Yeah.
Now, here's my two thoughts. You need to get that nailed down.
Yeah.
You cannot show and announce a game if you don't have your concept, what this is going to be nailed down. I'm sorry. I know you want the buzz and all that, and people talking Perfect Dark.
Yeah.
Get your concept and everything you want, the baseline nailed down, and have everyone agree, and that you can start moving forward. If you don't, it's just going to give you issues.
Yeah, we shall see. But I think everybody has to be on the same page now moving forward. I think, and that's, like you were saying, I think that's one of the reasons why a lot of people jumped ship and took off, because probably a lot of people were on a different page. So,
well, it's either they're on a different page, or there's just meeting after meeting, and they're probably like, people were like, "Oh, I want to do it this way," and then others said are like, "No, we're doing it this way."
Yeah.
Well, we'll tell Microsoft, and people are like, "You know what? I'm sick of these meetings. Nothing's getting done.
Yeah,
I'm wasting my time in freaking meetings. I'm done. I want to do something creative," and I can't blame people for that.
Right.
No one can agree. No one's happy.
Yeah. Yeah.
So they left.
Yep.
I feel for the people that are still there, because they're like, frig, we have over half our staff have walked.
Right.
We're now we've got to deliver, because this isn't a game they're going to easily. Microsoft's not going to allow this game to just be canceled.
Right. Right.
They're going to have to finish this. So now they got to lock down stuff, and then when Microsoft starts calling them and being like, "Okay, what do you got? Like,
Yeah.
what do you have at least now?
Yeah.
Well, like what's your thing?" And when they tell them basically, we have that screenshot we showed you and that CG trailer, that's all we have.
It's not going to cut it. Yeah.
Microsoft's going to be like, okay, you guys are going to lose this. We need to put people in just to get something out.
Yeah, maybe kind of in the same situation that Halo Infinite was, with the Coalition coming in to help them with some of the minor things in the game. So,
well, yeah,
probably we'll get something like that, but more in a more of a major sense, maybe. So,
I think this is going to be major. I think the studio that has this will most likely lose this. It'll be like a hodgepodge of like the Coalition, some of the Activision studios, like, because things aren't well there. They don't have a sturdy foundation anymore. You don't have the manpower, so why give it to them? No one could agree on something. You guys, Microsoft, meet, get a general concept, and get this game going. Right. That's what I feel will happen.
Right. Okay, so next up, our buddy Kojima. Well, not our buddy. We don't know him, but we know who he is, of course. Good old.
You never
Kojima
know. We can have him on the show eventually.
Yeah, I would love to have that. I could interview him in Japanese, of course. Yeah. So Kojima-san, yeah. So of course, Kojima-san, yes, he got the 72nd Minister of Education Award for Fine Arts from the Agency of Cultural Affairs. So from the government of Japan. So that's a big honor. So he says, quote, "I am very happy that the immature medium of games," that's funny how he says that, immature medium of games, "has been highly evaluated as a cultural art form of expression. And I will continue to devote myself to the creation of digital entertainment. Thank you very much for your continued support," end quote. So yeah, I mean, this is a big honor, of course. He's been working in video games for over 30 years, of course. And he joins, of course, Nintendo's Shigeru Miyamoto, who was awarded the same honor back in 2010 for this. So, good on Kojima. And, I'm interested to see what his next game is and if it's going to be like an Xbox exclusive game or title. But then again, Kojima's always been talking about getting into movies. So we shall see if, this new game supposedly that could be an Xbox exclusive comes to light, or whether or not he starts going and shifting more into movie making and writing stories for movies, which hopefully, if he's going to do that, I hope they're better written stories than some of the video games that he's made, because there's a lot of stuff in those games. Some of the Metal Gear games, you're kind of like, huh, what is this? But we shall see. What do you think, man?
Well, he definitely deserves it. I'll start there.
Oh yeah, definitely. The award, yes.
Congrats to him.
Yeah,
he's done a lot of great work.
Yeah,
can't wait to see what he does forward. Everyone's thinking he's going to do something with Microsoft. We have to wait and see on that. Yeah. You never know. He could. I'm not saying he isn't.
Yeah,
but
I think he's open to it for sure. Yeah,
he's open to it, but it all depends. Like, and I'm sure Sony has always called him because he's done a lot of work with Sony and saying, hey, like, we know you did Death Stranding. Hey, we'll take whatever you got because your name will sell. Just your name alone will sell.
Yeah, definitely.
Some like movie or like, those kind of like interactive movie kind of games. I wouldn't be surprised if he did something like that. On some of his stories, they go, huh? And you have to replay the game and reread so much stuff to get the understanding that some of that stuff I don't necessarily like, because it's just like, I don't want to have to. If I can't understand the game story in the first or second run through necessarily,
Yeah.
then I have some problems.
Yeah, well, those Metal Gear games. There's a ton of dialogue, and there's a ton of audio files that you have to go through. I mean, yeah, it's just an amazing, just an enormous amount of audio files and things like that.
Oh yeah,
So
like one you can understand pretty.
Yeah.
I find one you can understand pretty well on your first playthrough.
Right.
2 wasn't so bad. I think 3 was it 3 that got really ridiculous.
Yeah,
I know.
so.
I know 4 from what I remember because I played through 4 once, and half of 4 was a movie. Let's be honest. It gets ridiculous. You're like, huh? Like,
well, there was just hundreds of in Phantom Pain, just like hundreds of audio files to go through.
See, I never played 5. I have both games because they gave them for PS Plus, but it was like, here you go. I remember when that launched, it was like $30 for us Canadians, but like $20 for you for Americans for the first half of the demo, and I'm like,
right, yeah,
excuse me.
Yeah, but anyway, congratulations to Kojima-san. So that's a pretty big honor here in Japan. So good on him, and congratulations to him on that. So okay, Burly, it's time to get to our topic of the show. Of course, we had a Sony State of Play, but it didn't really seem like a State of Play because all they were doing was going over one game, 14 or so minutes of gameplay, and then they had some developer talk. But what we're going to show you for you video viewers, we're going to show you the trailer for Hogwarts Legacy. But for you audio listeners, I'm going to go through the details of what they showed for the State of Play. But Burly, before we get into that, what did you think of the State of Play? I mean, it didn't seem like a State of Play, did it? It just seemed like a big trailer for one game, Hogwarts Legacy. So.
This was the weirdest thing because I couldn't watch this live and I had to watch this back. Like, I've watched this twice, and like the first night I was very, very tired and drinking when I watched it. So it's like, oh, maybe I just missed it. And then seeing Carl's tweets and other people's tweets.
Yeah. Yes, Carl, our other co-host on the Arena Multiplatform Gaming News podcast, he will be back with us next week. So yes.
They screwed this. Like, I don't see why was this a State of Play? Like, they showed me nothing of why I should play this on PlayStation compared to the other platforms. We got an announcement after of this of the Switch platform.
Yeah.
That's so. What is this going to be? The cloud version on the Switch?
Yeah, I just from what we saw, what we're going to show. I mean, I don't see people wanting to buy this on the Switch. I mean, this is a game for the Xbox or the PlayStation or the PC. I mean, it's yeah. I mean, unless the next Switch, we get a 4K version of the Switch, then I would probably think about getting it. And also, just a side note here, doesn't have anything to do with Hogwarts Legacy, but I saw in Yodobashi Camera, which is the big electronics store here in Japan. I was walking through there today, and coming in June, Kimetsu no Aiba, the Demon Slayer game that is out on PS4, PS5, it's coming to the Switch as well. So I saw that at Yodobashi today, and I was just thinking the same thing about Hogwarts Legacy. I don't think you would want to play, Demon Slayer on the Switch. I don't think so. I would rather play that, and probably a lot of people would agree. They would probably want to play it on either the Xbox or the PlayStation or on PC. But okay, so I'm going to go ahead and play the video, and I'm going to read the descriptions of this. So let me go ahead and drop this down. So I'm going to read the description, and as I play the video here, so all of you audio listeners, I'm going to go ahead and read the description of what's in the video. But all you video viewers, you can, of course, see this is from the State of Play and from Avalanche and the the game, of course, Hogwarts Legacy. So Hogwarts Legacy will launch for PlayStation 5, Xbox Series, PlayStation 4, Xbox One, Switch, and PC this holiday, publisher Warner Brother Games and developer Avalanche Software announced. Of course. And I'm going to go down here and scroll. And this is from Gematsu.com. So I'm going to go ahead and read the description here. So, welcome to Hogwarts Legacy. You're a new student at the famed School of Witchcraft and Wizardry with a unique ability to manipulate powerful ancient magic hidden in the wizarding world. You'll need to uncover what's behind the return of this forgotten magic and who is seeking to harness it to destroy Wizardkind, as you may be the one that decides the fate of the entire wizarding world. But before you can study magic and begin to solve these mysteries, you must create the witch or wizard you want to be. When you arrive at Hogwarts, you will be sorted into one of the 4 Hogwarts houses: Gryffindor, Hufflepuff, Ravenclaw, or Slytherin. After you settle into your dormitory, you will meet up with your housemates in the common room. You will then need to attend classes, and you do have some catching up to do as you're starting at Hogwarts late as a 5th year. So it describes life at Hogwarts. You'll begin your studies attending charms, defense against the dark arts, herbology, and potions classes, to name a few. Here you'll meet your professors and learn to cast spells, grow magical plants, brew potions, and more. In between classes, you'll be able to explore the castle famous for its secrets, enchantments, and mysteries. You'll discover dungeons and secret passageways, as well as challenging puzzles that will require magical skill and a clever mind to solve. You may even find yourself in iconic locations you've never been able to explore before. So it's the late 1800s, so while the common rooms and classes may be familiar, most of your professors will not be. However, you may recognize a few faces. You'll come to know this eclectic group of talented witches and wizards in class and while completing side assignments that are part of a special curriculum, one designed to help you catch up with the other 5th years at your own speed. So it talks about a dangerous mystery. So opportunities for adventure abound in the area surrounding Hogwarts. So the magical abilities you learn to master through your schoolwork will soon become tested as you unravel a dangerous mystery by working alongside the accomplished and yet enigmatic Professor Fig to try to discover if the rumors of a mounting goblin rebellion hold any weight, and if the safety of Hogwarts lies in the balance. The wizarding world of this era is fraught with dangers: creatures corrupted by a magical force, powerful goblins, and sinister witches and wizards, all willing to fight, even kill, to achieve their own goals. In fact, there's an uneasy alliance between the goblins and the dark wizards. Enemies possess unique defensive and offensive abilities, including blasting curses, stunning spells, enchanted weaponry, and more. While some may attack directly, others might enchant and incapacitate you. Mastery of the shield charm allows you to deflect ranged spells and direct weapon strikes. Counterattack with powerful stunning charms, allowing you to follow up with extended spell combinations. So yeah, lots of stuff there. Yeah, students who become particularly adept at spell casting will find many ways to exploit their enemies' weaknesses. Slam with Dissento, roast with Incendio, devastate your enemies using various finishers. You can even use the mysterious, powerful magic your professors do not understand to obliterate your strongest foes. Mixing and matching dozens of spells will let you define your combat style on your path to become the ultimate duelist. So then they talk about talents and abilities. In addition to classes and spells, you'll have access to a deep set of upgrades, talents, and skills to aid your progression as a wizard. Complete challenges throughout the world to earn experience. Level up your abilities by choosing talents to upgrade your spells, plants, and potions to increase their power. Decide which talents best fit your playstyle to allow you to focus on your favorite types of magic. You can also loot, buy, or craft your own magical gear that will increase your offensive and defensive capabilities. In combat gear can be upgraded and specialized to allow for greater abilities for your chosen playstyle. Spells are not the only tools at your disposal in combat. As you hone your wand skills, you can continue to further your magical education at Hogwarts, progressing your development as a witch or wizard. So brew potions that can increase your power when you need a boost. Grow and deploy magical plants to mob the battlefield and keep your enemies at bay. You can even unleash deadly mandrake seedlings to incapacitate unsuspecting enemies. In Beasts class, you will learn about a variety of magical beasts you might encounter both at school and as you explore the world surrounding the castle and its grounds. Learning and mastering broom flight is highly recommended so that you may travel around the world more quickly. Some abilities may be taught to you by students who become your friends. As you develop relationships with these schoolmates, they can accompany you on your journey as your companions, and over time, you'll learn their stories. Natsai Onai is a brave adventurer driven by the justice she seeks. Poppy Sweeting has a kind heart and loves magical beasts, connecting with them more easily than the humans. Unafraid of detention or breaking the rules is Sebastian Salo, a charismatic Slytherin who with a troubling family secret. You'll meet these students and more as you explore common rooms, hallways between classes, and regular gathering areas. And one more thing here, the Room of Requirement. Yes. One of the most remarkable secrets of Hogwarts is known as the Room of Requirement. You are introduced to this space that seems to sense what you need and then provides it for you. Since you need to catch up to your peers, this room provides space for you to sow and harvest plants, brew potions, and upgrade your gear. A helpful house elf named Deke helps you discover vivariums that allow you to nurture your own menagerie of magical beasts. You can freely customize this space to reflect your personality and magical specialties. Not everything you need on your journey is available at Hogwarts. So then, of course, it talks about beyond the castle walls. So you'll want to visit the nearby wizarding village of Hogsmeade, where loads of shops and vendors can provide you with the supplies you require, from potion ingredients and recipes to seeds for magical plants to all sorts of gear. But Hogsmeade also has its dangerous side. A band of dark witches and wizards, emboldened by the turmoil of the times, wander the village outskirts. You must avoid them or defeat them. As you explore, you find the world surrounding Hogwarts is alive with activity, wonders, and areas of unusual interest. As the school year progresses, dynamic seasons and climates will fill the sky with lightning or sunshine, or coat the ground with snow or rain. Unique wizarding hamlets pepper the countryside, each with vendors and residents who have stories to tell and missions with which they could use your assistance. Be on the lookout for enchanting magical puzzles that may very well have been designed by Merlin himself when he was a student at Hogwarts. So, magical beasts roam the lands outside the castle walls. Some have been corrupted by a mysterious dark magic, while others are at risk of poachers and their traps. If you're feeling benevolent, you can rescue them and restore them to health in the Room of Requirement. But there are dangers beyond your understanding in the world as well. Dungeons and vaults hold perilous threats and also untold rewards. Be careful where you choose to explore, as it may lead you down a darker path. So, yeah. Master spells, befriend new allies, journey across a landscape never seen before, uncover ancient secrets, combat mystical threats, learn long forgotten mysteries. Become the witch or wizard you want to be as you leave your unique mark on the wizarding world. Hogwarts Legacy. So, Burly, what do you think of what we've seen here and what we described?
Well, you described. No, this game just really looks good. Like with some of the gameplay here that we just saw a little bit ago, we saw him going invisible, and sneaking up and stun spelling. That's really cool, and that you're interacting here with the magical creatures. Yeah. You could just tell. I could tell this is a giant game. You're going to be spending a long time, and I'm
hundreds of hours into probably. Yeah.
Oh yeah. And the story, I'm really looking forward to see how the story plays out.
Yeah.
And I'm really interested to see how the whole house mechanic works.
Yeah.
How do I get any benefit? Like, are there drawbacks and benefits of which house you pick?
Yeah.
That's the kind of stuff. Like, I'm sure they don't want to go too much in depth with this right now, but that's going to be interesting. Like, this is a game I will definitely be picking up.
Yeah.
And I know streaming and Streamloots, I could just I'm already getting the ideas, just crafting the deck.
Yeah.
So this is just going to be a lot of fun to play.
Yeah,
Stream.
this game feels like it has some Bethesda type of RPG elements to it. It has that the WB kind of the Shadow of War type of elements to it. It has some Dragon Age type of elements to it, in a sense of what you go through, and the open world that you're playing through in this game. So I mean, it really looks cool, and like we saw there, the wall puzzles, and of course the photos on the walls, and how you can solve those puzzles and open up new corridors into the school, into maybe some secret locations. That's something that I'm interested in, and I would have a lot of fun with, I think, in this game. But and I said this on the morning show too, I'm wondering if when you enter the school and you're getting your house chosen, I wonder when you put the hat on there, if you can actually choose the house you want to be in, or that is something that you cannot choose yourself.
I think you'll get to choose whether they'll give you just like the 4 buttons and you pick, or they may give you like a house test at the beginning after you create your character. And say, like, here are the 4 houses. Let's see, and we'll auto assign you one after we ask you questions, and then say you were going to be Slytherin, for example. If you don't like this, press this button to change to the house you want. We don't know. I'm sure they're going to let you choose your house, because that would kind of be that wouldn't be fair. But with you changing your house, depending on how, like, picking your house and how it does, you may get a lot of replay, because people will be like, "Ooh, I played this as this house. I'd like to see how it changes with me being in this house."
Right. Yeah, and I guess one thing for some gamers, this type of game might be a little overwhelming. I mean, when it comes to like all the potions and everything, kind of like The Witcher. When it comes to like potion making and things like that, like alchemies or something like that, to use in magic. Because obviously this is a game where you're a student and you have to learn all these things, and you have to learn all these wizardry skills. And I think just some gamers might feel a little bit overwhelmed when it comes to all the things that they have to learn. And I don't know how that's going to play into the game mechanics of using the controller and everything. But it might be there might be a kind of a steep learning curve when it comes to that. I don't know. What do you think?
Yeah, it can. I'm sure it's going to get overwhelming. That there is no there's no easy way to get around that, because like, how many of these open world games with all the options and stuff, you get thrown in. Horizon can be overwhelming, because when you Forbidden West, when you get opened after the first like hour or two, you can go and do a lot of different things, and it's like, well, do I do story? Do I do this? Do I do you're gonna get that. That's it. It's how it goes. Whether they may do stuff well. They may ease you into it. Like the first couple hours, you have a little bit of side content you can do, so you can't get too overwhelmed.
Right.
Hopefully, because it is a story-based game.
Yeah.
So they may lock content out at times just to keep you going.
Yeah. Yeah, and I mean, like I read in the description, you're starting as a 5th-year student. You're not starting from year 1. So there's a lot of catching up to do, I think.
Well, the reason they did that is because, like, first year you from
just a little kid,
well, you're not only that you're just a little kid, you can't do as much, like,
right.
Because I forget if it's because it's been a long time since I've read the books, but I think like only like 4th year or 5th year or higher can go to Hogsmeade on their own and stuff like that. So they want you to be able to explore and do stuff If you're too young and you don't have the ability to do that, then it's like there's no point. So make you a little bit older so you can do all this kind of stuff.
Right. So yeah, I mean, so that was the state of play. I mean, like 14 minutes, as we said before. 14 minutes of showing, Hogwarts Legacy, and that's it. I mean, they showed another 5 or 6 minutes of developers talking about the game and all, but yeah, that's all. And I know you were saying on the morning show this could have been put in one of the other state of plays to make it better. Yeah,
it could have put it in that last one we had. But this was before we had seen this. I thought, I'll just put it there because you could be like, and we're going to show you one more. We're going to do a long segment on one game here that you've all been waiting for.
Yeah.
They could have done that, but this did not need to be a state of play. This just could have been a trailer on WB's and all and YouTube and shit. Like this didn't need to be Sony. I don't know why Sony got marketing rights on this.
Yeah,
and if I was Sony on this, this showed me nothing exclusive to that Sony. That why would I pick this up on the Sony platform compared to the Xbox or the PC?
Right.
If I was Sony right now, I'd be like, WB, where's our exclusive thing? We need to say that you get this exclusive on PlayStation to get people to buy on our platform.
Right.
But
right.
I was hoping we were going to get the release date though, but we got holiday.
So, I think it's going to be probably the beginning of December. I mean, because you got Starfield coming out in November.
I think it's November still. I still think it's November.
Really, they're gonna go right up against Starfield. Yeah,
Starfield's a Game Pass game.
Yeah, that's true. But yeah, I mean, we shall see. Holiday. It's either November or December, man. Yeah, so we'll see. Yeah, I'll throw a case of spiritual opium in there that it'll be December, probably the first week of December, like Halo Infinite was. December 8th was or something last December.
Yeah, I think that was Halo.
Yeah, so I think Hogwarts Legacy will probably be December. Yeah.
It'll be November, I think, but I'm thinking maybe late November because Starfield's mid. So you can go late because the thing is, you want this game out and you want it out around Black Friday. You're not going to get a Black Friday deal on it.
Yeah.
But you're going to have it out for Black Friday and the Christmas season. So people will be like, oh, it is a good Christmas gift. What do I get, little Jimmy?
What do I get, a little Jimmy? Yeah.
All right. The real thing is, will Carl buy this game?
Yeah. Yeah, but anyway, the game looks amazing, so we're looking forward to see. We'll probably get more of it later on as the year progresses. But yeah, 14 minutes of gameplay there. That was a pretty good stretch from what they showed. So yeah, and hopefully, probably around E3, I'm thinking we're probably going to get the release date on it, but we shall see. Okay. Yeah. And then, of course, the other big WB game, of course, Gotham Knights is coming. So, yeah, that's going to be a big one. So, yeah. And that's coming in October, if I'm not mistaken, right, Burly?
Yeah,
October.
It's like October 25th.
Yeah, October 25th. Yeah. So you got October. So, yeah. So, December for Hogwarts Legacy. Yeah. We shall see. Okay. So, it's time to move on and talk about the new game releases. So, this week's new game releases from releases.com. The link is below. So where Burly and I, we discuss our pick of the week and give a brief description of those games. So I'm going to go first, Burly.
Okay.
I'm going to go first. And of course, my pick of the week is Tiny Tina's Wonderlands. Let me go ahead and read the description for you. So in this epic high fantasy take on the looter shooter genre, players can create and customize their own multi-class heroes as they loot, shoot, slash, and cast their way through outlandish monsters and treasure-filled dungeons on a quest to stop the tyrannical Dragon Lord. Bullets, magic, and broadswords collide across a chaotic fantasy world brought to life by the utterly unpredictable Tiny Tina, who makes the rules, changes the world on the fly, and guides players on their journey. Tiny Tina's Wonderlands is a full standalone experience with a rich, story-driven co-op campaign for up to 4 players, as well as repeatable in-game content. Comes out on March 25th for PC, PS4, PS5, Xbox One, and Xbox Series X.
Nice.
So what do you think of this one, Burley?
This game does look
more Borderlands. Yeah, more Borderlands.
Yeah, but that's the part that kind of makes it a little hard for me, because like I put a lot of time into Borderlands 1, enjoyed the heck out of that, played all the DLC. Because I got that like when it released.
Yeah.
Like I think the same week it came out, I picked up Borderlands on the fly just because people recommended it. I was playing with, and it was a lot of fun. Played the DLCs and platinumed it. 2 I couldn't get really into, and then when I saw 3, it was like I couldn't get into 2. No point to really pick up 3. But this does look interesting. Like I do have that other Tiny Tina thing that they released as a standalone expansion for 2 that Sony gave it away for PS Plus. So I may try that and then go to try. And if that's good, and then I hear good things of this, if anyone wants to see that game, I know a certain streamer, Kill Till Dawn, a friend of the show, will be streaming that eventually. So
cool. All right. So Burley, it's time for your pick of the week. What's your pick of the week for new game releases? For the week, of course, for the week of March 21st through the 27th. So what is it, Burley?
It's Kirby and the Forgotten Land.
Yay.
So finally Kirby in 3D. Join Kirby in an unforgettable journey through a mysterious world in a delightful 3D platforming adventure. Take control of the powerful Pig Puff, Kirby, and move around freely in 3D stages as you discover the mysterious world with abandoned structures from past civilizations. Like a shopping mall, copy enemies' abilities like sword and ice and use them to attack and explore your surrounding. What journey awaits, Kirby? Take a deep breath and get ready for an unforgettable adventure. Coming Friday, March 25th, only the Switch, but they have the new things of like mouthful mode, where he can go on the car, as we can see, as well as he can do like, now you can level up the powers. If anyone's on the fence of this game, download the demo. You get 3 stages. And it was a lot of fun. And if you do get it, they give you like codes of the demo. You can, when you pick up the base game, you can get some stuff. And it is neat. They give you little challenges in these levels to rescue Waddle Dees. And from what we've seen of the main game, you rescuing them will affect like this hub world kind of thing, and you get more and more stuff unlocked. And these have always been fun games. I've really enjoyed the Kirby series. I'm glad to see finally the 3D world vending machine.
Yeah, there you go.
That one's a lot of fun. You have an unlimited amount. You don't have unlimited amount of cans, but you have a lot of cans. But the nice thing is, if you walk up and get your cans, because they'll stay on the screen for a while, you can get them back. So I can't wait to see all the different mouthful modes we're going to get and see what other new copy abilities we'll get. Yeah,
I'm so much looking forward to playing this. This is going to be fun. Yeah, so yeah.
I know you're hoping for Toilet Kirby.
No. I just tease him about that. I mean, like Kirby in this game, he can pretty much swallow anything, right? So it's like, why can't he swallow a toilet and then like shoot out, human waste projectiles at enemies? I know it sounds gross, but I mean, if you can swallow a vending machine, come on, man. So for all of you audio listeners, we're showing the video for this, and he's like swallowing pretty much everything. He's swallowing vending machines, he's swallowing cars. And Burley, I know. How much is this in Canada? How much is this game going to be?
Not 90.
90, it's probably about 8,000 yen over here in Japan. So
but that's the thing. It's one of the games I have no problem spending the full price, because like I am a big Kirby fan, and the last couple of games they've put out quality titles, and I have a good time every time playing them. So that's the thing. I have there are those kind of games I have no problem spending the money. But the
Right.
funny thing is you get the artwork difference between Japan uh,
Yeah.
and North America.
Mhm.
Kirby is all kind looking in most of the Japan ones, where
Oh yeah.
he's more
Yeah.
angry looking over here.
Yeah,
And this
it's
one,
weird. Yeah, well, because here in Japan, it's like people are very sensitive to like frowning faces and people that look angry. Whereas everybody needs to smile. But it's interesting. It's kind of ironic because when people, in Japanese culture, when people take like photo IDs and things, they don't smile at all. It's really interesting. Whereas, just in regular, interaction between people here in Japan, people that have a frowning or a mean looking face, that it makes people very nervous,
oh
so
yeah,
even if that person is not, angry at the person they're, close to or they're talking with, it's just, yeah. But so that's probably why Kirby has a smiley face everywhere, on Japanese artwork out here. So, but
okay.
yeah, cool stuff. Yeah, so those are our picks of the week, and of course, you can see the link, of course, again, of course, at releases.com that we showed for you for the games that are coming out from March 21st through the 27th. Yeah, so cool. Next up, just a couple of announcements. Of course, we're going to be doing an extra take video for Horizon Forbidden West, so watch out for that, as well as our Picard reaction episode on our Warp Factor 10 series for Season 2, Episode 3. That's going to be coming out next week. We're going to be recording that on Monday, so watch out for that. And our post show, we will not be doing a post show this week. We will do our post show again next week. So from March 26th will be the next post show episode after we record the regular podcast episode. So just wanted to let you know about that. So now it's time to talk about what we're going to be playing or streaming this next week. So I'm going to be playing, of course, Guardians of the Galaxy. I might still do some Horizon Forbidden West side quests because I've already finished the main story, as well as Burly has. And of course, we're going to be doing that extra take episode for Horizon Forbidden West. So yeah, just continuing with Guardians of the Galaxy on Game Pass, as well as some side quests for Horizon Forbidden West. What about you, Burly? What are you going to be playing and streaming this next week?
Well, tomorrow I'm giving Elden Ring one more chance on stream, so doing that. But through the week, probably finish up Final Fantasy 1 because I'm over halfway done the game. It's not very long. So we'll finish that up, and then we do have Kirby coming up. But if the sub goal gets met soon, we'll do Strangers of Paradise, Final Fantasy Origins.
Nice. So on your stream, for your stream loots, they're gonna ask you to like swallow like vending machines and swallow cars, and then you have to do something like swallow something. Not a car or a vending machine, but maybe swallow something else. Yeah.
I'm still working on finalizing the deck, but actually I want to thank Streamloots and my chat, because actually one of my clips for Horizon, because I'm part of Streamloots Discord, so they ask you every so often, they want to see clips of you people using your cards and what happens, and they made a highlight video and they shouted me out on Twitter, and it's one of my clips with me and Horizon with my chat.
Nice.
Them playing a card where I had to I don't think I could use the bow, and I had to put up my hands up for like 10 seconds, and I'm just sitting there and I'm like, I'm getting lucky. Now I'm just taking a bunch of damage.
Yeah.
So go check that out.
Cool. All right, so where people can find us on social media, you can find me, of course, on Twitter at expat_gamer, and of course you can check out my link tree. That's linktr.ee/expat_1 for all of my links to social media. Of course, for the podcast, you can follow us over on Twitter, of course, at the Arena, AMPGNP, which stands for a multi-platform gaming news podcast. And of course, our Twitch channel, which we do the morning shows, of course, twitch.tv/thearena_podcast, and our YouTube channel, which, of course, all of our content after our Patreon early access goes to our YouTube channel at the Arena Productions. I'm sorry. So youtube.com/the Arena Productions. But of course, if you want to come and support us over on Patreon, of course, all of our content goes up to Patreon first in early access and ad free for our patrons. So that's at patreon.com/the Arena_podcast, where you can check out all of our material, all of our content before it goes public. So yes, all of your support, we really appreciate it, to all of you patrons out there. So thank you so much. So that's it for social media, except for Burly. Where can people find you on social media, man?
You can find me on Twitter at Burlyman Gaming. You can see my little tweets there for me promoting the show, my streams, and other stuff, as well as you can find me. I am a Twitch streamer, twitch.tv/Burlyman Gaming.
Cool.
And also there you can see my links to streamlits.com/Burlyman Gaming, where you can interact. And if you think, whenever I think I'm doing well and you want to take me down a level and down a peg and remind me I'm not that good, go to my Streamlits and play some cards.
Yeah. And also on Twitch, I also do Twitch streaming on occasion too. So you can find me at twitch.tv/expat_1. Yes, where the last time I was on, I was doing Shadow of the Tomb Raider, and I probably will be in the next week or two. I'm going to get up on there again and do some side quests for Horizon Forbidden West. And of course, the Kaito Files for Lost Judgment is coming soon. So I'm probably might play a little bit of that on stream as well. So yes, that is my individual Twitch channel. But of course, the podcast Twitch channel at the Arena_podcast is, of course, where we do the morning shows. So Monday through Friday, 7:30 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time is when we start the morning shows, Monday through Friday. So please come and check that out, either on Twitter, Twitch, or on YouTube. So you can come and check that out. All right, Burly. So next up is our Indie Recording Artist Spotlight to finish up the show. So this week's Indie Recording Artist Spotlight is on Kagan. Kagan is a composer, producer, and audio engineer based in Munich, Germany. With a focus on sound design, Foley, and synthesis, Kagan is all about blending intensity and intimacy, creating sonic soundscapes that convey complex emotions. With his unique signature blend of fast rhythmic elements together with intricate bass design, world music elements, and larger-than-life cinematic soundscapes, Kagan strives to make you dance, dream, hope, and cry. His music represents a journey, a part of something larger, exploring the sonic realm's possibilities to give you a unique perspective on life. From the title song of his album called Sublime. So this has been The Arena, a multi-platform gaming news podcast, episode 78. I've been your host, Expat, along with my co-host, Burly of Burlyman Gaming on Twitch. So we hope to catch you in the next one. So take care, everyone. Peace out.
Bye, everyone.
I'll be your chemical
you.